everyone. It's Shay Ryan Douglas here, and I'm really excited to bring you this introduction to the Awakening Humanity, learning the secrets of the universe so that we can really unlock our full potential. So the intention with this program is to give you the keys to be able to move forward in your life, to let go of limiting beliefs, really find what it is that makes you come alive and feel that deeper sense of freedom in your body, in your experience, in your soul, so that you can be living, breathing, and walking your truth in spirit, inspired to continue moving forward. And there are simple solutions that we can implement on a daily basis to practice consistently to be able to achieve our full potential, to achieve our goals. And so the first step is to recognize what it is that makes up the energy of the universe, and then how can we tap into that unlimited, abundant, beautiful, magnificent, wise energy that is there, and make use of the function and have a purpose with our life so that we can really be an agent of change. And when those challenges arise, when the roadblocks come, the inevitable confrontation, whether it's in our relationships, we lose a loved one, or we have family hardship, or there's financial struggles, that's the two primary areas of people's life that they really have challenges with. Or it's even when there are basic fundamental human needs that are not being met around health and well-being, mental stability. And so the idea is to empower you with this information, to give you all of the tools, all of the knowledge, and be able to, so that you can take control of your life. Remember that you can become a master of your mind, become a master of your body, your physical experience. And then we know you can't control other people and what they're thinking and what they're doing, but the more that you become embodied in yourself, the more that you can influence others. So this is really, really beneficial in a big way. It's going to help you access higher states of consciousness, really unblocked, unresolved emotional trauma that may be still there. Helps to release anxiety, fear, guilt, shame, and stress. We've got so much feedback on this experience that it's so beneficial for humanity at this moment. And we can really see that this can enable everyone to return to their natural nature, their essence, your essence of who you are and why you're here. Remember where we're going into the future and what kind of experience in this world we want to create together. And it has been known to relieve physical pain for people. We've had testimonies of this course that we've done recently all across the east coast of Australia and online to many people around the world. And the feedback that we're getting is phenomenal. Life-changing shifts, letting go of years of guilt, letting go of huge amounts of shame, breaking through patterns that have been perpetuating all their life, and they're able to free themselves. So it's an absolute honor to bring you this course and this program. I really want to encourage you to take notes, get a notepad out. There's going to be lots of opportunity to learn a lot of information. And then the most important part is that you embody the experience. So that's why we love doing yoga, we love doing the meditation, we love doing the breath work, we love doing the movement and activating the cells in the body so that the brain can re-engineer itself and the neurochemistry can rewire to fire with all of those good feelings, the endorphin releases, the serotonin, the dopamine, that when the body gets moving and gets active, we can really start to activate the cells in the body to be the change maker that is needed within. And so it's really, really exciting. I'm going to share this little presentation that I have prepared. Here it is. This is the Awakening Humanity from the Transcendent Life Foundation, which is really exciting. I'm going to touch on. We're going to break this series down into around 10 parts. And through those 10 parts, we're going to go through the learnings of what's required in order to be able to move forward. So the learning outcomes and intentions is really for you to understand how the universe works in its fundamental level. You can really start to see that the universe is made up of tiny little toroidal fields and atoms, and it's the same thing in the microcosm as it is in the macrocosm. We're going to touch on this because then you can really start to tap into your own personal healing. Now, no one here is going to heal you. There's no guru that's going to save you. There's no person outside that's going to fulfill all your dreams and your desires and live your life. So that's the amazing thing, to recognize that you are here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. And we just need to tap into what that potential and that purpose is. And when we really actualize that and we realize that, we become self-realized, self-actualized, and then we can be action taker to create the change that we feel is relevant and necessary, and we feel inspired to create. So remember, everything is energy. It's very simple notion. So when we learn this, we can start to recognize that the universe is abundant. It's whole. There's no ending. There's no starting. It's just transformation of energy. And then when we reawaken to this extraordinary potential that we have to thrive, we can begin to expand our awareness. We can begin to expand our potential of being in the world. I just want to share a story. When I was growing up in the world, I really loved playing sports. I was a sportsman. I just loved being active and physical and movement. And I got caught up in the competitiveness of sports and what it offered. But we can recognize that there's always a shadow and a light aspect. There's always the polarities, which we're going to touch into more in this course. But looking at the polarities, some people might say competitiveness is really bad because, you get attached to your ego and you just want to win all the time and you're fighting each other. But then we have to look at there is a light side to competitiveness, because incorporated and integrated with fair play and good sportsmanship, then competitiveness can help us raise the standard, lift the bar, move to a whole new way of being. And that's what I want to encourage you here, is that together as a collective human family, we want to raise the standard of our existence, of our potential, of our reality. Now, the most important and key place in the area to do that, again, we can't control others, but we can control ourselves. So we want to take control of our lives. We want to step into life mastery so we can master our relationships, finances, personal, physical, mental well-being. And then once we do that, again, the ripples of change begin to emanate outwards into the world. So a very key point is that we're taking radical self-responsibility in this moment so that we can feel that deeper sense of freedom, but then we can break through and expand beyond the limits of our potential. So it's a really exciting learning outcome. These are the intentions for this course. I'm so excited that you're coming on this journey with me. And as I said to you before, as a sportsman, dedicated and passionate, it took me over to the United States, where I studied in the US and played high-level professional, semi-professional college, collegiate level sports. And we ended up going on to nationals, doing really well. But I also had the opportunity to be in a Netflix documentary, which opened up my eyes to a whole new potential, and also learned more about the deeper patterns that I had in my life, the patterns that I was brought up with from an early childhood, and recognized the psychological patterns that had been playing out and is evident in that film. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out. Highly recommend it. But the key point to recognize is that I had become aware that there are things in the world that happen naturally, and there are things that have become normal. Now, you might say at this point, what do you mean by natural and normal? Aren't they the same thing? Well, we can recognize in the world that there's a natural vibrational frequency and harmony and growth of the natural world, such as a rainforest. When you go into the rainforest, you can see that the forest grows naturally. The sun is a natural element that rises every day. The moon goes through its natural cycles. So this is something that we're going to tap into in this course, is recognizing that everything happens in systems, seasons, and cycles. Write that down: systems, seasons, and cycles. And so when we begin to become into an awakening state in our own consciousness, we can begin to look at the world and think, whoa, the world's really fucked up. It's not actually that natural, but it's normal. And that was a big wake-up call for me, to recognize that the way that I was being in the world and what was normalized was not so natural, not natural to our way of being as humans. And that's evident in the film Liberated, which highlights the hypersexualized world that we've become accustomed to and normalized. We've been conditioned so much by the external realms that has advertised to us, marketed to us, and kept us locked into limiting beliefs and stories that we're not enough, that we're in scarcity, that we haven't got what it takes, that things aren't going to work out for us, when we know naturally that our system is hardwired for and a part of an abundant, beautiful, wise, energetic space that only knows energy, only knows vibration, only knows frequency. And it's a pulse, it's a wave, and it can get blocked and can get out of alignment. but its natural state, not its normal state, its natural state is to thrive and to flow and to be like a water fountain spurting water out. And so we're really going to focus on that in this program. I'm really excited that you're coming on this journey with me. We're going to go through each step-by-step process, write it down really clearly. And another example on this natural and normal element is that in the Western world, what's become normal just to go to the toilet. We go to the toilet squatting, sitting on a chair with our legs like we're sitting on a chair, like we're in a car. And what happens in the sphincter, in the rectum, that it's a little kink of a muscle that prevents the large colon from excreting all its waste. And so roughly around 80% of the entire world, when they go to the toilet, particularly in Asia, particularly in Africa, particularly in South America, also in the Middle East regions, it's only Europe, America, and Australia that predominantly sit when they go to the toilet. Everyone else squats with their knees up towards their chest. And that allows that muscle in the rectum to release and allow all the waste to go through. So again, what is natural and what is normal? We have to really distinguish the differences here and recognize that, or ask the question, how can we return to a more natural state of being? Remember, our state is our current, present, energetic expression of where we're at in the moment. And so we can reach peak state, which is high energy, high intensity, fast movements, or we can be in a depressive, anxious state of being, which is really not where we want to be. We want to raise our energy. We want to raise our consciousness. We want to raise our and expand our potential and capacity to be able to not just be more or do more, but actually feel and grow and evolve and expand. And that process, we really have to become aware of what has become normal. And if that normalization is not in alignment with what is natural to what it means to be a human being on this planet, on this earth, in this moment right now, then we have to look at and ask the deep, meaningful questions to be able to evolve and change and come back into full resonance and back into harmony and ask those serious questions. And sometimes that level of self-inquiry is a difficult process, but that's why we're doing it together. That's why I've got a crew of people, and that's why we're here to help serve you in a big way so that we can grow together. So I really hope you guys enjoy this program. I'm really excited to introduce this to you. We're going to go really deep into it, and I'm just really excited to grow together. So hope you've enjoyed this little introduction. We're going to see you in the next video, where we're going to dive deeper into the importance of tapping into this universal energy that's available. Okay, bye for now.